So this week we are going to be reviewing doing measurement conversions using a ratio. And since it has been quite a while since we've been in school, I wanted to go over a couple problems with you just to jog your memory. So I've put on the website the math chart, so you need to have that handy so that you can look up your math facts. So let's say, for example, I had 72 inches. And I wanted to know how many feet that is. First, I would need to find feet and inches together in the chart. And it wouldn't matter if inches came first or feet came first. I just want to make sure that they are presented together. So looking in the chart, under length, it says 1 foot is 12 inches. And a foot, feet, those are the same thing. Foot is just singular and feet is plural. So there is my math fact. So I'm going to take that math fact and I need to write it as a fraction, and whatever it said first that has the number 1, the 1 foot, that needs to go on top. So it would be 1 and then FT for feet, and it tells me the abbreviation inside the parentheses, and then I'm going to put that on top of 12 IN for inches. Then I'm going to put my equal sign. Now on the other side of this ratio, I am going to put in the information from my problem. So it said 72 inches. Now on the top of the ratio is the feet, and on the bottom is the inches. So that 72 inches needs to go on the bottom with the inches. Now that means my answer would go right there on top. So the answer should be smaller than that 72 on the bottom, since it is the numerator of the fraction that's missing. So the 12 and the 72 are beside each other. And when the two numbers that I'm using are beside each other, it is a division problem. So I'm just going to make that into a division house. So then I would divide 12 into 72. It will go in 6 times. So that answer would be 6 feet. Okay, so I'm going to clear off my page, and we're going to do another one. So let's say I had, let me see, let's say I had 1.7 kilograms, and I wanted to know how many grams that was. So first I would have to look for my math fact in the chart. And so the fact I'm going to use is 1 kilogram is 1,000 grams. So I need to write that as a ratio. So 1 kg for kilogram goes on top, and then the 1,000 grams goes on the bottom. And then I set up the other side of my ratio. So this 1.7 kilograms needs to go on the top with the kilograms. So that means my answer is missing on the bottom. Since the bottom number is missing, that number needs to be bigger than the numerator. So I would be taking these two numbers that are across from each other and multiplying. Now there is a little trick you can use only on the metric system when you are multiplying. So what I could do is I could take that 1.7, and since I am multiplying, I need to move the decimal to the right to make the number bigger, and I would count the zeros in this 1,000. There are 3 zeros, meaning the decimal needs to move 3 places to the right. So I'm going to start with my decimal, and I'm going to move 1, 2, 3 places to the right. And you see we've got 2 empty spots, so I would fill in zeros into my empty spots. So my answer ends up being 1,700. So 1.7 kilograms is 1,700 grams. Okay, so we're going to do one more of these before you do some practice problems today. Okay, so let's say I wanted to do okay, let's say I had, let's see, say I had 8,000 pounds, and that would be LBS, and I wanted to know how many tons that was. So I'm going to look in my chart, and I'm going to find pounds and tons, or tons and pounds. So it is right there. And then I'm going to set up my fact as a ratio. So the 1 ton goes on top, and the 2,000 pounds goes on the bottom. Okay, equals. and then set up the other side. So this 8,000 pounds is going to go on the bottom with the 8,000 pounds. Okay, because pounds is on the bottom. So my number on the top is missing. The top number should be smaller than the bottom. So I'm going to put a division house between those two numbers. So 2,000 would go into 8,000 4 times. So 8,000 pounds is equal to 4 tons.